Good morning. Bit different today. We've got no Jackie. Basically, I went into work this morning. We was chatting about a little idea I've got for the motorhome, and Jackie said, "Look, why don't you just go home and see what you can do?" So yeah, here we go. I went to work this morning for 20 minutes and I'm at home, so win-win. I'm going to attempt to alter the cycle rack that we've got into a scooter rack. I've tried it and nothing fits, nothing's right. But I've got a few ideas. I can cut a few bits, weld a few bits. I'm sure I can make it a decent looking, strong scooter rack. Because unfortunately we haven't got enough room in our lockers to put the scooters in. They're just a little bit too big. So what we have to do, we have to put the scooters in the centre of the motorhome and put the back of the seats at the sides of the motorhome to stop them banging onto anything. Which is fine when they're all nice, clean, dry and shiny, but you know, when you've been using them all weekend, they get muddy. You don't want them things in your motorhome. Well, I don't anyway. So yeah, we'll see what I can do. I better nip upstairs, get changed, put my scruffs on and get in that garage. Right, got my scruffs on. It's damn cold today. I think it's 3 degrees. And there's been a little bit of a snowstorm just now, but it seems to have dried up. So I've got to make a bit of room in the garage, so I've got to take my 41 Willys coupe out. So hopefully she'll start, hopefully the battery's got enough charge in it. Oh, she does sound good, doesn't she? Right, so let's give me a bit more space in here. I've got the size of a car now to work with. I've got the bike rack in here now. It's quite a simple design really, I'll just show you. So it's pretty basic really. You've got a centre stem, what holds the bikes. That goes on your tow bar. Welded to that is this bit of 3x3, and then there's holes cut in them, and these are welded on, and they're for the cycles. Which, to be honest, quite a nice design. It's got a thing here to pull, and it drops down and whatnot. But I'll just show you what it's like with a scooter on. I've put a scooter on. As you can see, it doesn't fit on at all really. It's far too wide to fit on there. They're a little bit shorter as well than a cycle, so they just completely don't fit. So I'm going to start taking the thing apart and see how we go from there, see if I can come up with a solution. pretty easy. So what we're left with really is a flat platform. As you can see, it is literally quite flat. So idea number one. I think this is probably going to be my best bet, if I'm honest. What it is, when my dog Elwood was getting, and he's probably his last year, he did struggle getting in and out of the motorhome. So what we did, we bought this ramp and got it all fitted on the motorhome, got it all sorted. Would he go up it? Would he heck? We've managed to get him to walk up it once, and then coming down it, he just jumped off the side, which was more dangerous than just walking out on the steps. So we spent a load of money on it for nothing. And again, if I try and sell it, which I probably could, but it's worth more to me in materials than what I'd probably get 15 quid for it. So I'd rather keep it and utilise it on bits like this. Right, let's got that apart. So I've swapped sides. I think it'll be easier this side, and I've actually got roof lights in the garage roof that it should shine this way a bit better. So yeah, these are so light. They just literally weigh nothing. All aluminium. Just like, that's like 3/4 inch box. And I think the plate is, it's probably about 1.5 mil, if that, probably a mil thick. So, you know, that literally weighs nothing. Well, it's going to need a bit of trimming and sorting out, but basically I think that might work. It looks a right mess with it, but I'm pretty confident that this will be okay. So, whenever I can, especially on a motorhome, always try and use nylock nuts. For those of you who don't know, they've got a little bit of nylon in the nut. And it basically stops them coming undone, because everything in a motorhome seems to come undone eventually over time. But still haven't 100% got it what I'm going to do yet, but I'm a good 80%. We'll see how it turns out. So there's no going back now. I'm going to cut the brackets off. Once they're gone, it can never go back to where it was. Well, I've managed to cut them off without cutting into the box section, which is good. I know a few of you are probably looking at me and thinking, what on earth is he doing? But I'll tell you what, I always use a thin cutting disc to cut everything off. I use a grinder to get rid of the big stuff, and then I use a sanding wheel to finish it off. And it's not the prettiest, but it's all smooth again. All I was worried about there, really, that's why I was so careful using them all. I didn't want to take any strength out of this box section, because if I went through there on the seam or something, I can't aluminium weld, so that'll be that. And it had lost all its strength, so doing it like this, slowly but surely, I've done it. I've got it all back. I've got all the welds back, and that's it. The only reason I've took them off is because they are going to fail on the cycle rack, and it's all got to be nice and smooth and level and strong. So basically it's all stripped apart now, and the only thing that's left is this. So that's the only part of the bike rack, but this it's the only bit that really matters. It's the only strong bit there is. And I've just offered it up onto this, and I just can't believe my luck. Basically, I can fix into the middle, into this box section, and these two arms that come out are only exactly the same as the box section underneath, and it's just spot on, perfect. So I'm really liking how this is taking shape now. I just need to find some spacers, and obviously that'll bolt down on there, and obviously there's a bit of a gap there, so I've just got to find some spacers. So where the bolts fell underneath with the box section, on top, I didn't quite fall perfectly. I'll show you this one, look. There you can see it's there's a bit of a lip there, and if you look you can actually see there's a gap. So I've done this side, so basically I've had to grind that section out, and there the bolt is flat, which is a lot better. You don't want them sticking up like that. So I gave up yesterday because it was just so cold in here, but as you can see, I'm not smoking. It really is freezing cold in here. So we're on day 2, and it's just to refresh where we are. I'm literally just starting to bolt things down. So these are all bolted down, they're bolted down. Just to start there, I've drilled the holes, put the bolts through. I've just got to tidy that up, and then we'll see if it's structurally as strong as it needs to be. Right, so the basics of this scooter rack is finished. I just need to cut it to size and figure out what I'm going to do. What's left of the old cycle rack is this. So that's where it hooks onto the tow bar. These were the old sliders where the tyre things went, and so it's bolted in there, It's bolted in there, it's bolted on there, bolted there, there and there, and still it's really not that heavy. It's an easy lift with one arm. So on the outside I'm left with 4 bolts there and 2 and 2. They're all fairly smooth, I must admit. I've managed to find some rounded topped Allen keys and whatnot, so I'll throw nothing away. So we're going to offer them up and see how the scooters fit on. Right, so after a lot of deliberating, I think this is how it's going to be. I did want to have them together, so the 2 handlebars together, but it's not going to work, so I'm going to have to balance them. So one will be over this one will be over this way more, and the back one will be over that way more, and that way it's completely balanced. There's literally nothing in it, so I think that is how they're going to be. What I'm going to attempt to do, I'll just roughly mark some bits out on here. I'm going to cut some sections out in this floor, and I'm going to inset the wheels in, and hopefully once they're down, the base where the battery is, which is here, that is completely flat and smooth, so I'm hoping that's going to fit on there with the wheels drop down. So now I've got lots of measuring to do and marking. I've got all my measurements done. I've checked them once, I'm going to check them again because it could easily go wrong. So these are the cut marks I'm going to do. They're the cut marks where the wheels are going to drop in. I may need to take them out a little tiny bit more, but we'll see. I don't want to take too much out in one go. As you can see, obviously these ones and these ones are different, basically because I've been checking, and the disc brake on the back wheel is going to stick out far enough to drop down, so I've had to make room for that as well. I haven't used this for a long time. We use them quite a bit at work, but this one was lent out to one of the fitters for a couple of years, so it might not even work. It does. Just been picked Jackie up from work. It's absolutely chucking it down out there now. It's like sleety snow. Anyway, ooh. So there's 2 holes in it now. I've done that this side, and the scooter fits in it nice, so I'm going to cut the other side out now. Yeah, so I had to keep trimming a couple of bits out, but I've got a pattern to work off now, so I'll do the other side exactly the same. And it goes down low enough so the bottom of the battery box underneath actually sits flat on the platform, so it's, you know, even without strapping it down, it's really stable. So yeah, chop the other side out now. Right, all chopped up. I've put them in there just to see if they fit, and it's really cold in here now. So basically the tyres go inside. I want to leave a gap on this side for the disc. They fit tight together, and we've still got plenty of room on the end. Now, I haven't really thought about it, but I could actually have them up like that if I wanted, or they will fold down. Right, so I mean, these are just a couple of bits of scrap that I want to do because it's quite a horrible edge there. I'm going to trim these in some aluminium angle, inch by inch angle. We use these for work. They're if there's a little step or something, we use one of these, stick it on. As you can see, there's grip there, and it's smooth that side. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put them like that. But I think these would be ideal here. I can number one, I've got them in stock, so they're not costing me any money, because this is kind of a no money little project. I don't think I've spent anything on it yet, only electric. Just done the first easy square. Just going to line it with aluminium. It's angle edge, so it goes around the edges as well. And I'm going to rivet. But I've checked through all my drill bits. Can you believe I haven't got a drill bit that fits this? So I think I've got some drill bits at work, so I'm going to nip back to the shop. Oh, right, I've just turned up at the shop. She's obviously in the back, so I'm going to try and sneak in there, surprise her. Have some help, please.
What are you doing here? Checking up on me? Hey?
This is the first time Jackie's been in this vlog. I'll just nip back for a drill bit, that's all I've come back for.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Look, she's got on a computer screen. Look.
Journey mats. Of course I have. Yeah. So, you're keeping busy?
Trying to. It's slow progress, but I'm getting there. I see I've had a delivery.
Yes, that came not long after you'd gone, to be honest.
So
I'm hoping that's the last.
Yeah,
that's everything that we've been waiting for.
that's the last one. This is for the motorhome, isn't it?
Yeah, which we will show you this one on another vlog when we get that done.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, he said it was quite heavy and it has got a heavy sticker on it.
Yeah.
So I haven't moved it. So yeah, you can take that back with you then.
Yeah.
Can't you?
Yeah.
We've just been out with a delivery with a driver and I'm absolutely frozen now.
It is nippy, isn't it?
It's bloody freezing. Yeah, it's really cold. Although the snow's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this morning it was thick with snow.
Yeah.
And now, you look outside, you wouldn't even imagine there's been any snow.
No, but it is cold. It's bitter. As I say, I've been out there with that driver with that delivery and look, my hands are so red I can't even feel them. It's chilly.
So, I've been back to the shop. Got my, see what I went for. Right, so got one of them drilled out and riveted in. It's not the best job, but it's going to tidy them up so they're all nice and smooth and clean inside now. So there's about an inch inside there now. It just finishes it off, and using aluminium it kind of matches all the rest of it really. So hopefully it'll look quite professional when it's finished. So I've done 3 of the holes, and even before it's strapped down it's really strong. The only modification I've made is to where the front wheels go. Originally I was going to have a little shape like that to fit it all in properly, but when I looked at it, number one, it was going to be too difficult to put the aluminium trim all the way around, and when I looked at it, if I drop the handlebars, if they're imperfect they go dead centre, but when the 2 of them are in, I can actually turn that wheel there to there. So it's not actually sticking out over the edge, where if you put it central it's sticking out quite a bit. So yeah, as you can see there's just a little bit of movement in there, but when you look underneath, I don't know if you can see that, but that's the base of the battery and that fits flat on the bottom, which makes it super sturdy. And I'm just going to fix some kind of ratchet straps around the 2 of them, and that'll be absolutely fine. Anyway, that's one side finished, just got to do the other side now. I've come out and put that on the back of the motorhome, and I'm actually really pleased how it's gone. There's literally loads of clearance here, that's to my elbow, that's a good 18 inches of height there. So going over ramps and things like that and hills, it should be alright now. I was worried it was going to be a bit too low, but it's going to be fine. So I'm going to stick the scooters on it now. So it's a bit of a mess, but just figuring out how I'm going to strap it down. Just strap it straight through with these. One on the bars, one on the base, but that is just, you cannot move it. It's solid. So I think that's going to be the best way for him to travel. Right, so I've just had a little ride round in the motorhome, make sure it was all okay on the back. I put the 2 scooters on and I went for a little ride round. I didn't put a trailer board on, which I should have done really, but you can see my number plate and my light's alright. So I'm well happy with how it's all turned out. It's worked really well, and my worst thing is coming up this drive, because it doesn't look steep, but it really drops down there, and it always catches the bottom of my bar here. You can see today this dirt is where it's just the gravel's picked up on it, but luckily when I was reversing up, I kept jumping out and having a check, and the tyres for the scooters, because they drop down a little bit, so they hang down just slightly. They was actually, I had nearly an inch clearance on them, so I'm well happy about that. So yeah, so that's all cool. Next thing is I do need to put a light board on the back, which I've got one which come with a scooter rack, which ordinarily you'd just put it on like this, which would be fine, but I know that I'll just get ripped off, so I want to put it up a bit, but if I put it up it's going to be on the scooter, so I need it up and out a little bit. I want a little bit of a gap down there, mainly because I want to be able to put my straps down there to anchor them down, and it just needs to be high so it don't get ripped off. It's not just my drive, it's other places that I go, humpback bridges and such like. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, had a little think about it, and I'll have to kneel on a pad. Old floor layers don't have very good knees. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do, I've got this piece of aluminium box. I'm going to fit that on the back there, and fit this onto the back of the rack, so I'll have plenty of room, and it'll just lift it so it's the same height as the back of that. But I knew I'd come into little problems like this with it, but that's part of making your own rack, I suppose. Not making a plan before you start, just getting on with it.
I'm back. I've been let out from the shop.
It's Saturday afternoon. We shut the shop at 1 o'clock on a Saturday. And what do you think, Jackie?
Yeah, it looks good. I'm glad to see what you've been doing these past few days.
So we'll show you the finished item.
Yeah.
So we'll start here. So obviously there's electrics there. There's the toe ball lock. There's the top of it. You'll probably notice that they're a little bit wider than that one. and that one is a bit wider than that one. It's because the wider ones have to have the brake discs. I've got them staggered like this literally just because of the weight, so it's completely balanced. So we've got the light board on now. As I said before, I was going to put a spacer, so what I've done, I've put that spacer in so I can actually get in there now and put my straps round to lock it in. But I think it looks pretty factory, don't you, Jackie?
It looks quite good. I suppose the
for an idiot like me to bake.
I suppose the first time we try it, we'll either love it or be cursing it, won't we?
Well, I've had a little couple of miles out on it, and it was fine. So
should we put the scooters on it?
Yep.
Let me put them around. I just chopped your head off there. I need to get the scooter more than you, really.
If you ever put these on, Jackie.
So that front one's gone in there, look.
Yeah. If you ever put these on.
Yeah.
These brake discs.
Oh yeah.
It's very important that they go all the way over, so there's plenty of room. Because if we bend all of them, we'll have to replace it.
Will that not catch though while it's moving?
No.
Will it not wobble?
Absolutely solid.
So that's one, and obviously we won't leave them like that, will we? We'll put them down, won't we?
We could, but there's a lot more chance of a wobble, basically.
What, with it up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm presuming we would put them down.
They look cool up.
But they're probably not practical up.
And I don't think these scooters are any heavier than a normal push bike, really, are they?
No. So that one goes in there.
Very tight.
I think the word's snug.
Well, no, it's exact. The finished article.
Apart from you will shorten the straps, obviously we won't have them dangling.
No, I don't think we'll have them.
Dangling in the wind. And we'll get a nicer looking bag, I think.
You're underneath now, so you can see where the wheels come through. This is the angle that I put on. So this is actually, this black part is the original cycle rack, but it's more than strong enough.
You're on camera, so pretend you're a young 20-year-old.
Not go.
Yeah, don't go. Ooh. We all do that, don't we?
The worst bit about this whole build,
yeah,
is having my baby outside.
Oh, I know. Look, the Willis has been out for 4 days in the snow, the rain, the frost. So I think we're going to end this one here. I've not really been in this one because it's not really anything to do with me. I've actually been working hard in the shop. Mind you, Ian's probably been working harder than what I am.
Well,
I've just been doing lots of paperwork, getting ready for the end of year. Quite boring, really. So if you like this, if you could like, subscribe and ring the bell, would be wonderful. And for now, I'm going to say bye.
adios.
And we'll see you on the next one.